The CEO returned home exhausted. He found that his usually clingy wife was nowhere to be seen. Only then did he remember that the wife he had always treated like a servant had run away from home a week ago. The CEO asked the housekeeper if his wife had returned recently. The housekeeper said that not only had she not returned, but her phone was also unreachable. However, the CEO showed no concern after hearing this. He thought his wife was just throwing a tantrum. It turned out that just a week ago, the two were holding their wedding ceremony, but the CEO, due to a phone call from his ex-girlfriend, canceled the wedding on the spot. Just as the CEO was about to leave, the woman stopped him. But no matter how she pleaded, the CEO refused to give her a chance. He abandoned her and went to find his ex-girlfriend. This made the woman the laughingstock of everyone. Even the CEO's ex-girlfriend sent messages mocking her. Thinking that her 8 years of dedication had been wasted, the woman decided to leave the CEO for good. So she painfully sent a breakup message to the CEO. However, the oblivious CEO did not realize the seriousness of the situation. When he returned from his ex-girlfriend's house, he called for his wife to give him a massage, but he received no response. At this moment, the housekeeper came over and told him that the woman had not returned home for a whole day, but the CEO didn't care. Even when he saw the breakup message from his wife, he still thought she was just throwing a tantrum and paid no attention. He then went on a business trip as usual, but when the CEO returned home a week later, he found that his wife still hadn't come back. Only then did he realize something was wrong, so he planned to send her a message to coax her. However, he found that his wife had deleted his contact information. The CEO was in disbelief, so he sent his assistant to find out his wife's whereabouts. It turned out that the woman had secretly returned to her hometown, and she had grown to love the life there. When the assistant went to bring her back, the woman outright refused, but the assistant refused to give up. He warned the woman not to go too far. It turned out that there was bad blood between the woman and the assistant. Back then, the woman had a high fever in the middle of the night. She planned to call the CEO, but the one who answered the call was the assistant, and the assistant told the woman to kneel and beg him. Thus, a grudge formed between them. The woman naturally wouldn't miss the chance to take revenge on him. Seeing the assistant arrogantly speaking harshly to her, the woman simply pointed at the surveillance camera. Realizing something was wrong, the assistant immediately turned to leave, but the next second, he slipped and fell flat on his face. Since the assistant failed to bring the woman back, the CEO personally came to find her. When the woman returned home and saw the CEO, she was shocked. She questioned why he was there, but the CEO ignored the woman. Instead, he insisted on taking her back by force, but the woman flatly refused.